Friday 24th of July 2015. Paper highlights. First, let's look at the paper highlights from Daily Mirror. Enjoining order on COPE report dissolved. The Colombo District Court yesterday dissolved the enjoining order issued earlier preventing the publication or circulation of the draft report of the subcommittee appointed by the Committee on Public Enterprises to look into the controversial treasury bond issue. On July 16th, the court issued the enjoining order effective until yesterday following a petition filed by Deputy Justice Minister Sujeeva Senasinghe. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. GS says drunken man was the culprit. A Grama Seva Niladhari caught in the Akuresa election rally incident involving former President and Kurunegala District UPF candidate Mahinda Rajapaksa said yesterday a drunken person who was behind him has grabbed the hand of Mr. Rajapaksa. GS officer W. Vijay Singh attached to the Telijavila Vandaboda division of the Matra district said this drunken person put his arm behind and that at the same time the crowd started showing. Then he said Mr. Rajapaksa slackened his hand from this grab. I just pushed him away. MR. Commenting on the Akuresa incident where former President Mahinda Rajapaksa seems to be moving aggressively towards a man, the ex-president said that he had just pushed away the man, an SLFP supporter who had grasped his finger very hard. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Withdrawal of MR perks security. SC takes up petition today. The Supreme Court will take up today the rights petition seeking the removal of all police security given to former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and suspend all the privileges including houses, offices and vehicles given to him by the state in the wake of the forthcoming general elections. The bench headed by Chief Justice K. Sripavan comprises Justices Chandra Ekanayaka and Upali Abeyratna. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. FCID to open Udayanga's container this week. Despite former Ambassador Udayanga Weeratunga's request to release the container carrying his personal effects, the Financial Crime Investigations Division is to open it this week, the Foreign Affairs Minister said on Wednesday. Ministry spokesperson Maheshini Kolana said it would be opened under the warrant obtained by the FCID. More highlights from Daily Mirror. Janaka Bandara Tennakun to resign today. Provincial Councils and Regional Development Minister Janaka Bandara Tennakun is to resign today, sources said yesterday. They said his resignation letter would be handed to President Maithripala Sirisena today. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. More legal teeth to probe financial crimes. Rajitha. The UNP-led alliance yesterday pledged to prioritize the enactment of legislation to deal with those involved in financial crimes and other wrongdoings under the regime of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa if it was elected to office. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. UNFGG manifesto pledges 60-month development plan. The United National Front for Good Governance, which launched its manifesto in Colombo yesterday, pledged more amendments to the 19th Amendment and renamed the Constitutional Council set up under this legislation as the State Assembly. The party said the State Assembly would comprise civil society members other than the Speaker, Prime Minister and Leader of Opposition. Also, the UNFGG manifesto highlights rapid economic development, 1 million jobs, ending corruption, state devoid of frauds and deception, free country, free people, education to be boosted and infrastructure facilities to be enhanced. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Government plans to privatize Litrogas. Bandula. Former UPF MP Bandula Gunawardana said yesterday that the government had given the green light to privatize state-owned Litrogas Lanka Limited by signing a memorandum of understanding with Shell Gas Lanka Limited. Another highlight from Daily Mirror. Uppal allegedly possessing 2 NICs. Southern Provincial Council Minister D.V. Uppal had used 2 national identity cards issued in his name by the Department of the Registration Persons. CID detectives told the Colombo Chief Magistrate yesterday. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Ceylon today. UNFGG policy statement event. Sobhita Thera back on stage. Leader of the People's Movement for a Justice Society, Venerable Madhuluvavi Sobhita Thera, yesterday attended the event at which the United National Front for Good Governance went public with its joint policy statement in Colombo. The policy statement, titled Masa Hatakin Aluth Ratak Hadana Pancha Veda Kriyavaliya, is a 5-point plan to develop the country in 60 months. Addressing the gathering opposite the Vihara Mahadevi Open Air Theatre, the Thera said, "It's time that the people rally behind a vision instead of sticking to a political party. Another highlight from Ceylon today. Susil spent rupees 142.5 million on presidential poll. Cabinet spokesperson Rajitha Senaratne said yesterday that government was processing legal action against United People's Freedom Alliance General Secretary Susil Premajayantha for recoveries of unpaid expenditures incurred by him during the January 2015 presidential election campaign. Another highlight from Ceylon today. Mirihana White Wine Saga. Gota blows hot and cold. Former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday said he was only quoting the government when he said the white van found in Mirihana belonged to the LTTE. More highlights from Ceylon today. Lanka's first ISIS cadre special sleuths to quiz family friends. Family members of the man who allegedly joined the terror organization Islamic State in Syria will be interrogated, said Cabinet spokesperson Rajitha Senaratne. Another highlight from Ceylon today. IRC on UPFA nominations list. UNP wants list invalidated. The United People's Freedom Alliance list of candidates for the Gampaha district is invalid as it contains the name of an island convicted criminal. Minister of Public Order, Disaster Management and Christian Affairs John Amaratunga said yesterday. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Daily News. Ranil begins new era, pledges more amendments to 19th A and renaming of Constitutional Council, promises to build a new country within 60 months. A new era will emerge with the kind of revolution the country is experiencing now, paving the way for all communities to bind together irrespective of caste, creed and nationality, living as one family. We must move forward as Sri Lankans, said Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Prime Minister was addressing a mammoth crowd at the Vihara Mahadevi Park, Colombo yesterday to launch the United National Front for Good Governance election manifesto. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe said that those who have joined hands with the UNFGG were committed to ensure a freedom for all people where all can live in peace and harmony, enjoying economic stability and where human rights of all are guaranteed. Another highlight from Daily News. Sujiva won't move for extension of interim injunction. Colombo District UNP candidate Sujiva Senasinghe said he will not seek an extension of the interim injunction made on the publication of the COPE report or COPE subcommittee report or the central bank bond issue. Another highlight from Daily News. MR noticed to appear in court in a FAR case. 7 persons including former President Mahinda Rajapaksa have been noticed to appear before the Supreme Court on July 24 to show cause as respondents in a fundamental rights case filed against them by R.H. Senaka Pereira, a candidate of the Navasama Samaja Party contesting the general election from the party's national list. Another highlight from Daily News. Arrested army personnel didn't pose threat to MR Gota. The 3 army personnel arrested in a white van in Mirihana didn't pose a threat to the security of either former President Mahinda Rajapaksa or former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Health and Indigenous Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said. Another highlight from Daily News. New phase UPFA manifesto on July 27th. The UPFA election manifesto will be introduced on July 27th with a new phase, UPFA General Secretary Susil Premajayantha said. He was addressing the media at the opposition leader's office in Colombo yesterday. He said the election manifesto will address many issues covering several fields including unemployment, estate, health, education, state employment and many other sectors. Referring to a newspaper article based on a statement by JVP leader Anurakumara Dissanayake that a file on him is with President Maithripala Sirisena, he said that being the General Secretary of the UPFA, many files are transferred frequently between him and the President. Another highlight from Daily News. Vital information on Lasantha killing. The Criminal Investigation Department has been able to gather vital information in relation to the killing of veteran journalist Lasantha Wickrematunge by questioning a former inmate of the Velikada prison. The CID is continuing its investigations based on information collected by extensively grilling the suspect. Lasantha Wickremesinghe was assassinated on January 8, 2009. More highlights from Daily News. Lankan ISIS recruit. PM wants information on victim's family. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed officials to find out information and conduct an inquiry about the family of the alleged Sri Lankan recruit in the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria who died in an airstrike in Syria on July 12th. Health Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said. Responding to a question if the security division of the country was aware of this person, Senaratne said, it's the duty of Middle East countries to look into the issue. We brought you the paper highlights from today's newspapers and we will bring you more tomorrow.